So, welcome everyone. Today we are going to work on the upper back, neck, and shoulders again. A little bit more focus on the sides of the neck. Release the hands down. Inhale, arms coming up. Spread those fingers apart. And exhale, ha through the center. Inhale, radiant sun, stretching those fingers apart. Stretching way out to the sky, perhaps. And exhale like a waterfall down the center, front, side, back, the legs, the feet. Keep this going. You can add that ha breath or Ujjayi Pranayama. You can stretch those fingers apart. Inhale and exhale. You also can make fists or just that downward movement, relaxing the fingers. Feel your feet at the end of the exhale. Inhale, radiant sun all around you, out of the heart center. Maybe adding a back arch now. I'm going to start adding a humming sound, Brahmari, female bee. We work with neck and shoulders. We're also adding as much sound as we can. Sound therapy, working the throat through sound. You can do this any pitch you like. Keep this going or add the om sound if you like, again in your own timing. Just keep it going. We can be a chorus. You can be a chorus with me at home. Scanning the whole body with your awareness and that hub of awareness at the heart. One more time, that cleansing sound of Om, 3 levels of existence. Perhaps place your hands on your heart and just notice how you feel today in your heart center, physically, emotionally, maybe even in terms of the breath. Sometimes this area will feel quite tight and the breath will also be short to match. Usually when we're stressed. Maybe observe this change throughout the practice, or maybe it's already feeling nice and open. Just notice where you're at right now. When you're ready, release. Inhale, arms coming up. You can come on the toes if you like. And exhale, right away coming to one side. And I'm just going to suggest bringing one arm down and the other long, or you can bend it. And just notice how your head is involved with that whole side of your body. And then inhale, center, coming up on the toes or not. And exhale, if you want to challenge yourself, you can keep that balance as long as you can. And then come down at the end of the exhale. You can bend that top arm or keep it straight. Just play with that at your own time, just pendulating side to side. This rhythmic movement is said to be a great resource for our nervous system. Adding that Ujjayi Pranayama if you're ready, constricting the throat. Sounds like the ocean. When you're doing these side movements, you can also look down and notice the effect on the neck and shoulders when you look down versus looking front or up to the sky. Up to the sky is a lot of strength work. And then when you're ready, you can stay on one side and cross one of the feet over if you like. Do this at the wall. We've been working on that. Just like to see, according to the day, which foot wants to go over. And then switching sides again, you can do this in the center of the room or you can use the wall. If you can align the shoulders, that top arm also can be anywhere that's comfortable. Just a reminder about that. It's not comfortable to have it overhead. You can have it by your side. You can also look down and feel the effect on the neck, changing that position. Ready, coming out. Hands on the heart and just notice how you feel. Okay, good. All right. So when you're ready, we're going to move into some warriors. So with the upper back, neck, and shoulders, we're doing lots of warrior poses. You're going to bring your left foot forward and your right foot turned out. We're going to do a little twist today with our warrior. So inhale, arms at the sides. And the palms, they can be facing forward, they can be facing up, they can be facing down. Just notice which one your shoulders preferred. And then exhale, you're going to go to your easy side. So if your left leg is forward, that's going to be to your right. And bring that front palm to the opposite shoulder and turn to where you can. You're trying to keep your hips facing forward. Inhale, center. And exhale, other side. Now the other side's harder. You might want to lift that back heel to make it easier on your hips to turn. That makes the balance a little harder, but you'll be able to turn more. Inhale, center. And exhale, release. Try again, inhale, arms at the sides. Exhale, going to your right. It's going to be a lot easier this side. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. And exhale, release. You'll probably have to adjust your feet a bit each time, those twists. Let's try one more. This is a little bit challenging. Inhale, center. Exhale, twisting to your right. Inhale, center. Exhale to your left. Inhale, center. And exhale, release. And we're going to step back if you can and do the other side. Bringing your right foot forward, left foot turned out. So warrior with the twist, upper back, neck, and shoulders. Inhale, arms to the sides. Exhale, coming to your left, the easy side. So again, you might adjust your legs at that point, make them a little wider. Inhale, center. Exhale. You can just leave your feet where they are. That's definitely easier. Or if you want to challenge yourself, bring that back heel off and maybe twist a bit more. Inhale, come back. And then exhale, place your heels down. You just have to adjust a little bit. Do this 2 more times. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Your neck and your shoulders are getting a nice stretch with this. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, release. Last time, inhale, center. Exhale, right. Oh, sorry, left. Easy side. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. And exhale, release. If you can, step back. Notice how you feel. Let's do a forward bend as a counter. Inhale, arms up by the sides. Exhale, hands through the center. Bend the knees as needed. It's a counter. Just keep it really easy. Inhale, arms side, nice long spine. Hinging from the hips if you can, arching the back. Show that side view. Exhale, pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in. The hips do go back, but the belly draws in at the same time. Then when you come up, you're extending the back, creating a back arch, hinging from the hips to come up. Just keep this going in your own timing. Forward bends are a great time. Just let go of tension, stress, worries. And physically, you might be feeling a nice stretch through the whole lower back and upper back. Creating a little space between those vertebrae. When you're ready, staying at the bottom, inhale, arch the upper back up. Exhale, release forward, bend the knees. Inhale, extend the upper back up. Could be holding on to blocks or a chair. Exhale, forward. Up. Exhale, forward. And inhale, coming up your own time. Now halfway up, exhale, stay. Inhale the rest of the way up. Exhale, samasthiti, even standing pose. Placing your hands on your heart. And just noticing any change. Probably feeling your physical heart beating a little faster now. All right, we're going to go into some side bends. We teach a Trikonasana for neck and shoulders. So feet one leg width apart or less, whatever's comfortable. And we're going to turn your left foot out and the right foot slightly in if you like. Heel to heel alignment or heel to arch or even wider laterally. Inhale, arms coming up, shoulder height. Exhale, extend as if there's a wall behind you. And bringing your arms down. Now that top arm can come up, or if this is too much on your neck, you're feeling strain, just bring the hand down. Okay. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, side. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, side. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, side. Now, if it's comfortable, you're going to stay here. Otherwise, go up and down. Inhale, arm along the ear. Stretching nice and long. You can always bend that knee if it feels better. Exhale, hand to the sky. Now look away with your head and stretch the whole side of the neck and the shoulder. Bring that top hand back. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, release, feet parallel. Other side. Repeating 3 times and then staying. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, coming to the side. Just keep this going. I'm going to let someone in. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, side. Just keep this going. Just going to let someone in. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, side. And then we're going to stay. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, side. Now, if it's comfortable, you're going to extend your arm, top arm long. Exhale, bring the hand to the sky, look away, draw the belly in, look away. Inhale up. Exhale, center. Okay, we're gonna do this again, but just with that last piece. Okay, hopefully you're a little bit warmed up now. So if this doesn't work for you, adding on this part, just do the inhale up, exhale side, and that top arm again you can have on your waist, okay? Inhale, arms up. Exhale, go along that imaginary wall behind you. Find your Ujjayi Trikonasana. So this is the classical pose. Modification, inhale, extend that top arm. Stretch the whole side body, get into those ribs. Exhale, hand to the sky and look away, look down. Bring that top hand really far back. With a stretch in the neck and shoulder, the top. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, let's bring the arms down in between as a rest. That's quite a bit of work. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hand to the sky and look away. I'm looking down. My top hand is moving back. I'm stretching that top shoulder. Inhale, up. Exhale, release the hands down. So lots of different movements of the neck and shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, side, last time. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hand back and look away. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, feet parallel, hands down. You're probably feeling quite a bit of energy on that right side right now. We're going to focus more on the other side. You might be feeling the opposite hip too. Inhale. So now it's going to be the other side we're going to work on. So a lot on this left side. Inhale, arms coming up. Exhale, feel that imaginary wall. Look at all those triangles you form. Inhale, extend the arm long. Exhale, hand to the sky, look away with the head, neck, and top shoulder. That top hand coming back, the palm is facing forward or slightly up. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, rest the arms. Inhale, this is a version I learned from Gary Craftsau in 2001 in Maui when I spent a month studying with him there. Exhale, and I have used it ever since for my own body. Inhale, arm coming along the ear. It's one of my favorite ones to get into the neck and shoulders. Exhale, hand back, look away. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, feet parallel. That's our 3. Hands down. Asana-s. And just notice how you feel. You're probably feeling one leg a lot more than the other right now. And just notice your breath. Maybe it's moving into your chest a bit more. Can you feel the breath expand in the chest, not just in the front, but even in the sides? So you might want to put your hands on your side ribs. And this is actually a nice wrist stretch as well. And can you just feel, as you inhale, the rib cage expand laterally? Now, can you think about your breath going into your chest, your whole chest from the top to the bottom and then to the belly? Front, side, and even back. Now, the back part we're going to go into in a minute. You want the chest to be expanding all directions, not just front. So I did this in my early yoga, trying to breathe into the chest. I was doing a lot of this. So that can compress your kidneys, not really a great idea, and also your back. Okay, we're going to do forward bend as a counter, and then we're going to do another warrior with some interesting work with the arms, I hope you find. Inhale, we're going to bring the arms up to the side. So lots of side movement today. It's upper back, neck, and shoulders. Exhale, I'm going to sweep the arms to the sides and then behind. So my hands are on my lower back, palms up as I go forward. And then as you inhale, your arms are going to come behind to the sides and then flip your palms facing up. So I'm going to show those different views in case you're totally confused. Exhale, forward fold. Again, this is another one I learned from Gary all those years ago. Exhale, sweeping your hands behind, palms facing up. And I think of this as having two wings. So you can think of them as butterfly wings. I have an affinity to angels. In the Vedas, they're called beings of light. Exhale, coming forward. So whatever wing image works for you, I thought of a butterfly today. Butterfly, beautiful symbol of freedom of the soul and of transformation, you find cross-culturally. Actually, I'm liking that image today of a butterfly coming out of its cocoon, breaking out of that hardness of the shell we cradle around the heart, and then expanding these wings. So this is a wonderful one for rotator cuff injuries and just shoulders generally. And just keeping the head neutral at this point. Now, coming forward, if it's comfortable, we worked on this one leg at a time last week, I believe. I'm going to try one arm at a time coming halfway up. Now, this might not be accessible, so if it's not, get rid of the arm. So step one is just inhale, come halfway up. My hands are on my lower back. They can be palms up or palms down. That's harder. And this is a bit of a wrist toner, so this might be your pose. And you don't have to come all the way up. If you're doing this at a chair, your head goes to the chair and then you inhale a quarter of the way up. Now, if you can, add the weight of an arm. So I'm taking my left arm forward. My other hand is palm facing up, not down. Exhale, sweeping it back, just like we worked on, but one wing at a time. Other side, inhale, halfway. This is strengthening the upper back, neck, and shoulders, as well as the lower back. This is very similar to those of you who know Shavasana on your belly. They call super man poses, or we call them super women poses, maybe. You can do it with both arms as well. This is the same on your belly, Shavasana, locust. So pick your medicine. You can have no arms, just palms on the lower back, one arm at a time, or both arms. And some of you will feel it in your upper back, others like me will feel it in a lower back that tends towards weakness. And if this is feeling too easy, which it isn't for me, but I'll try to demo it, staying here. And as you exhale, bend your elbows, bend your knees. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come forward. So you can add that on. This is working the shoulders. And then when you're ready, coming forward and just rest your back.
That is a great lower back and upper back strengthener. See some of you still working on it. And yes, it's also going to work those kidneys, for those who are working with your kidneys, all that back arch work. When you feel ready, just coming up in your own time. And hopefully feeling a little taller. That's a big one. If your lower backs are okay, that's a lot of work on your lower backs. Just feeling your heart center. Your heart rate's probably up. So you can cross your hands, actually make this, they call it butterfly tapping. It's a way of regulating the nervous system through tapping. Stimulating one side of the brain at a time. We do this through yoga, through our poses, one side at a time. You try that. It's a great way to regulate yourself. If you're ever feeling a bit stressed or triggered or whatever it is. Notice how you feel. So I've never worked with the bhavana of a butterfly, but I think that's where we're at in the class today. So let's keep going. Let's see what happens. All right. So I wanted to do some nerve flossing today. And this also has lots of arm stuff going on. So you're going to bend those knees in goddess position if this works for your hips. If it doesn't, make your feet parallel and just bend them this way, okay? So no problem. You can also sit in a chair if this is not comfortable and you feel like you need a bit of a rest for your legs, okay? So feel free to sit in a chair if you want. So lifting as if you're lifting a couple of beautiful pies. I think of Aphrodite pies from Kitsilano in Vancouver. I don't know if you've ever had any of their beautiful pies, but I'm holding a couple of those. Inhale here. And as you exhale, you're going to give them away. I'm going to press to the sides. Now my fingers are facing up and bending my knees. So I'm in goddess pose in terms of the asana, but the arms I'm doing a physiotherapy thing. Inhale, center, lifting those pies. Exhale, hands to the side and tipping your fingers back towards my window. Inhale, center. Exhale, side. I'm tipping my fingers forward. Inhale, center. Exhale, release. Now, when you do that, you might each time be feeling one of your fingers, maybe some tingling up the arm a little bit. These are working with 3 nerves that run from the hands up the arms into the neck and shoulders. Inhale, center. When my neck, I can't figure anything else out. This is usually my go-to just to kind of get into those nerves. Inhale, center. Exhale, side. This is the median nerve, the central nerve. You might be feeling this in the palm. Bring the hands back enough so that you're feeling something in one of your fingers, hopefully. Maybe the middle one, maybe the ring. Inhale, center. Fingertips back. Exhale, side. Now tip the hands back, the fingertips back, the thumb up. And again, bring your arms back enough so that you're feeling one of your fingers, maybe the index finger. Inhale, center. It's quite a bit of arm work too. Exhale, sides, fingertips forward. Inhale, center. Exhale, release. So I don't know if you're feeling, but it actually works the arm muscles strangely a lot. Okay, we're going to do one more set. Inhale, center. Exhale, push your hands to the side, fingertips facing up. Bring your hands back to where it's comfortable. So you bend your knees. Inhale, center. Exhale, side, fingertips back. Inhale, center. Exhale, side, fingertips forward. Inhale, center. And exhale, release. All right. And notice how you feel. Probably a lot of energy in the neck and shoulders. Okay, so we're going to do that nerve flossing on one side at a time with Trikonasana. So the feet quite wide. Turn your left foot out, bending your front knee. Your back foot can be turned inside slightly. And you're going to come to the side with your hand facing up, your fingertips facing to the sky. And you could look down with your head if that feels better on your neck. As you come up, you're going to take your head and turn it the opposite direction as you scoop at the heart. This is the full floss, both ways, like when you floss your teeth, you turn your head both directions. So exhale. For this one, you can actually dip your head down, let it hang down. And some of you might want to look down. That might feel better for your neck, looking down. And you can bring your fingertips back if you like. Inhale, scooping center. Head towards the shoulder. And feel the other side of your neck. Exhale, side. And fingertips facing towards the camera. Again, you can be looking straight ahead or down, and you can let your head dip down. And inhale, center. And exhale, release other side. So my friend Neil Pearson helped me create this one with more physiotherapy principles, yogifying it. So just finding your Trikonasana with the hand to the side as your starting point and fingertips facing up. So that's your central nerve. And then letting your head dip down or look down if that feels better for your neck. And bringing that top hand back to where you feel something going on in your hands. Inhale, coming up, scooping at the heart. Let your ear, that left ear, comes to the left shoulder. And exhale, side. Fingertips coming back. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, side. Fingertips forward. Inhale up. And finishing up when you're ready. Counter pose, we're going to do those butterfly wings again. Pick a butterfly of your choice to bring to mind. Breaking out of that cocoon of the winter. Exhale forward. Letting go of that cocoon, that hardness of the heart. Inhale, opening up. Feeling those wings expand all around you. Exhale, letting go of any guarding on the heart center. Letting go of that shell of protection. And inhale, breaking free. Exhale, letting go. That which cages you, which limits you. And inhale, opening up to that which frees you, expands you, fills you. Exhale, hands to the heart. And perhaps holding the heart. Notice what you feel, perhaps crossing the hands. You can again do that butterfly tapping if you like. Similar to EMDR, if you're familiar with that therapy. Okay, when you feel ready, release. We're going to do some warrior with the hands behind us, if this works for you. So, some of you have shoulder injuries, so you will not use the belt. So I'm just going to start with that. So the hands can go like this to your lower back. They could just be at your hips or even just palms facing up, as we worked on before. So anywhere that works, okay? And we're going to be doing forward bends and opening the chest in warrior, okay? If you want, you can add this belt, which is preparing you for shoulder stand. We're not going to be doing shoulder stand. I only teach it privately now, not in groups, but except for my trainees, you guys get it, but it's can be a little problematic. So when you're putting this on, sorry, I should say this first, make sure that it is wide enough for your shoulders. So at least collarbone width, and shoulder width is even safer, okay? But if you have shoulder injuries, let that part go, okay? So I've got the belt on, it looks like this, and I'm feeling quite comfortable, and I'm pressing out into the belt. I just want you to feel that, if you're able to do that, press out into the belt and just feel how that frees your neck and shoulders. So this is something I worked with a lot when I was in persistent upper back, neck and shoulder pain, neck pain because of my arthritis. I was told I would never move away from it, but I did. I no longer have persistent pain. I have episodes now, but do not have it daily, thankfully. And yoga definitely has been my primary medicine, pressing out into that belt, creating space in the neck and shoulders. I don't know if you can feel that. And release. Inhale, press out. My fingers are spread apart. Exhale, release. This can be really good also for an old shoulder cuff injury. You might be feeling it. I feel it in my old left one right now. So you might be feeling that. Okay, so you could just do that. Or if you want to add on, bringing your left foot forward, your right foot behind, we're going to add warrior and forward bend to this. Now you might want to use a chair for your forward bend. So you would put that chair right at your shin when you're in your warrior. So inhale here, exhale, coming forward. You could just come to here or coming all the way down, let your shoulders rotate forward. Just be careful in terms of balance. Inhale, I'm going to retract my shoulders back. So this is really working with the shoulders, the arms, the hands, and also nerve flossing of the neck, up and down. So this balance is feeling too much, bring your head to the seat of a chair, or just come down a little bit. So you could come down like this, just part way. Okay, let's do this in your own timing, your own way. Hopefully it feels really good. Keep pressing out on that belt as you inhale. As you exhale, let it go. As you inhale, press out into the belt if you have it. and free those shoulders. And hopefully upper back, and then your neck might release if you've got a tight neck. And we're going to finish up. Step back, let your hands go for a minute. Just go rest. Again, if you've got an injury, you might not want to use that belt. It might be too much. Let's try the right arm forward. Replace those hands wherever you're going to put them. Inhale, lifting the chest, bending that front knee. Again, you could use a chair and your shin is going to the seat of the chair. And exhale, your head goes to the top of that seat. Or you just come all the way forward or slightly forward. You can keep that front knee bent as you move. Inhale, coming up, bending the front knee, shoulders back, pressing into the belt, opening those shoulders. Exhale, forward bend. I'm really nodding my head up and down. You might want to just look forward instead. After doing 6 to 8 times, just finishing up. Then stepping back, if you can, release that belt. And hopefully your shoulders feel good. You might be feeling a little bit of work if you've got an old injury, so we'll definitely get into the fascia. I'm feeling it. My old left shoulder injury just feels like I worked it a bit, but no pain. You're probably feeling quite a bit of energy in the neck and shoulder area right now. Place the hands on the heart. Notice how you feel. Maybe place the hands on the ribs. Try to breathe into the sides. And when you're ready, counter pose. And take that belt again if you want. It's your choice. You could just interlock your fingers behind you. I'm going to try with a very wide belt behind me and my palms facing out. So I'm rotating my shoulders back, my thumbs back, and my palms are to the sides. And my feet are hip width apart. Inhale, stretching the hands back, lifting the chest, stretching the front of the shoulder. Just be careful. If this is too much, get rid of the belt. It might be too much for you. And exhale, coming forward and perhaps bringing your arms towards your head slightly. Inhale, rotating back. Pressing the palms into that belt, stretching the front of the shoulders. Hopefully freeing the upper back and neck through freeing the shoulders. Exhale. We carry so much tension in our shoulders, carrying the weight of our problems on our shoulders. Often if we can free our shoulders up, the rest will relax. And you could just move, inhale halfway up, exhale forward bend if you want to try that. Alternatively, Ardha Uttanasana. And just finishing up. And release. Okay. So, hands on the heart. Notice how you feel. Right in the center or crossed. Again, you can add those butterfly taps if you like. Maybe hands on the side ribs. Trying to breathe laterally. Okay, so last set before we hit the deck. For this one, you can use blocks or a chair or nothing. I'm going to show with blocks. I'm going to bring your feet apart. This is Trikonasana. This is Parivrtti. So you can have just one block actually. I'll start with that. And this has a focus on the upper back, neck, and shoulders. So your hand can go to a chair or to a block. And starting with your right hand on that block. And you're going to inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, you're going to twist. I have one hand on my lower back. So again, this hand could be on the floor or on a chair. Trying to access the upper back. So a little height is helpful for that. So that's your exhale. Inhale back to the center, lengthening the spine. So you want to lengthen the spine before you twist, and exhale other side. So I'm just placing my hand on my lower back. Palm can be down or up. Inhale center. Exhale side. Now you could do this more to one side by having two blocks, but that will probably go more into your lower back. But play with it. You might want to play with going a little bit more to the side, and you might like that better. But my experience is that brings my lower back into it. And for me, that's way easier. This was another one I learned from Gary Kraft, so a lot of his stuff today. I believe he had a lot of problems in his upper back himself. So he's got a lot of knowledge in that area. You can add that top arm. This is something I could barely do 20 years ago. I was so locked up in my upper back because of scoliosis, but also because of trauma. And that can really lock you in, lock your heart in if you've experienced something quite challenging that creates a lot of guarding in the heart center. So I had to do a lot of work to free that up. Inhale center, exhale other side. And doing counseling, especially a body-based counseling, can also really help often free up the upper back, neck, and shoulders. Strangely enough, it can have a profound effect on the body. do one more round. Then as a counter pose, show the side view. Take those 2 blocks or no blocks, your hands can be on the floor. Put mine a little closer down to the floor. Inhale, looking up. You can also do this hands on a chair. Exhale, coming back, bending the knees and nodding the head into the chest. Inhale, coming forward and looking up. And exhale for a bend. This is for rounding of the upper back, neck and shoulders, kyphosis. So that hump on our upper back that we sometimes get from too much computer work, beginnings of osteoporosis or scoliosis. Most of us doing a lot of texting. I've stopped doing very much of it because I realize it's really messing up my neck. I'm trying to work more on my computer or iPad with better ergonomics. So just be careful of that in your lifestyle. But certainly doing things like this can help counter it if you happen to be doing that kind of activity in your life. And when you're ready, bring those blocks to the center, coming up. And place them down. Place your hands on your heart. And notice how you feel. And we're going to come down to the floor. So, before we come totally to the floor, if it's comfortable, you can sit in a chair or on the floor. And I'm going to tip my camera down for you. So just want you to bring your head side to side. Inhale, center. You could do this standing too, of course. Exhale, other side. Side to side. You can do the sitting in a chair, standing, seated on the floor. And you can bring the opposite hand away. This is related to that nerve flossing work we were doing. You might be feeling some nerve action in the hands. Just notice where is it in the center or the ring finger, index finger. You keep that going, or some of you can decide to stay on one side. And you can extend that arm away or just let it drop. You can bring the hand up and assist the next stretch. Try to align the ear with the shoulder as much as you can. You can see it in your camera. You can use that as a mirror. I've got my focus more on you guys, so I can't see my own very well. You can also bring that lower hand underneath the seat of the chair or your leg to add a little bit more of a stretch. You can turn your head and look down. That might feel better. So just play with that. We're going to go to the other side. And away. Just relax the hand. You don't have to use that top hand if it's too much. Try to align the ear with the shoulder. I invite you, if there's one side that's tighter than the other, having done that, just repeat that. If you're not sure, just do both sides again. A few breaths per side. Nod your head up and down. I forgot to show that one. That's what I often do, is just nod it front and then back to get into that side of the neck. Scalenes. And just coming out of it. Rubbing the palms together. Comfortable cupping the eyes. You can put just the palms on top of the eyes with lots of space, or you can put a little bit of pressure if it's comfortable, the palms on the eyes. Exhale forward. Inhale, lifting up to your place. Exhale forward. Inhale, lifting up. It's called palming. Krishnamacharya was very fond of this exercise. It's often incorporated with Shitali, Shitakari, the tongue breath. This is straining your neck, which it did for me in my early days. You can try your hands behind your head. And just finishing up and lying on the floor. Have your legs bent or straight. Inhale, arms coming up. Again, you can have a bolster behind you or a big pillow that you bring your arms to, or blocks. Or the arms go all the way to the floor behind you. And exhale, hands coming down. Now you can also try this one arm at a time. Again, tucking the chin in at the top of the inhale. Keep that going, or if you're using both arms, maybe stay at the top. Interlock the fingers again. Your hands can be elevated on a bolster or a big pillow or some blocks. Interlocking the fingers, palms away from the top of your head. Tadaka Mudra, feet together if that's comfortable, as if you're standing, feet together. Exhale, drawing the belly in from the pelvic floor to the belly button. As the lower back comes to the floor, holding after exhale, if you can, engaging that Mula Bandha. Inhale into the upper chest, middle chest, lower chest, full belly. Maybe the chin coming down towards the chest, Jalandhara Bandha. Lengthening the back of the neck. And exhale. Release that neck lock as you pull up from the pelvic floor to the belly button.
and chest falls. Let's keep this going. Inhaling top to bottom if you can. Exhale bottom to top. Maybe adding a hold after exhale. Engaging the bandhas, holding 3 to 5 seconds. And release the arms. The next one you could do with a rolled mat along your spine. I'm not going to show that, but you could do that. If you have that in your personal practice, so feel free to add that if you want. It goes from the top of the head to about the base of the rib cage. Or you could just lie on the floor. You just have room around you to move your arms up and down. On the floor. It's also really nice with that rolled mat if you want to add that piece. And this is like Tadasana, moving the arms at the side when we stand. Now, alternatively, as you exhale, you can bend your elbows and drop your shoulders down. And inhale, expand out. Stretching your fingers apart, perhaps, and exhale, bend those elbows. Dropping the shoulders, coming down, and inhale, expanding out. Just keep this going. And these are definitely those butterfly wings, those angel wings. Visualize that if you like. Just resting here. Again, you can use that rolled mat, you can use a bolster, or you can add blocks. We're going to stay here. We've warmed up this area a lot. I'm going to use blocks to show this. So this block goes under here. Again, if you don't have blocks, just roll your yoga mat and put it from your middle back or just below to the top of your head. To make sure your head is on it, and you might want a blanket under your head as well. So with the blocks, I'm going to lie on this first one. It's vertical. It's from my mid back around the bra strap area, between my shoulder blades, and then I take this other block and I put it under my head. Some of you might want to put it on its high end, or use a stack of pillows. I like it on its side. And you put it around ear height. You can also use just pillows or a bolster under your head. You're just adjusting to comfort. You're just going to stay here. Let the chest open. This is a restorative form of fish pose.
And just doing some pranayama in this pose if you can. Inhale into the chest, into the belly, exhale, belly draws in, chest falls. Get any tingling in the arms, just lower the hands for a bit and then maybe come back to shoulder height or even higher. You can play with the arm position, even arms overhead, some of you might like. Getting into that deep connective tissue in the upper back and shoulders. So I keep changing my arm position. Your breathing, you can pick a ratio 4 to 12 seconds. Hold after inhale. Half the length of your inhale, making this brahmana or expansive. You can visualize that butterfly if you like. We're staying here for a little while, at least 12 breaths. Ujjayi Pranayama, constricting the throat if you can, making that oceanic sound. Coming out of the pose anytime if you're uncomfortable. And when you're ready, starting to transition out, bending the knees. You could lift up, but I usually just roll off carefully the blocks. Go into side child's pose. And release. Close the side. Line your back. Exhale, knees to chest. Inhale, legs to the sky, arms overhead, interlock the fingers, stretch nice and long. Exhale, knees to chest. Draw your shoulder blades down your back as you exhale. Inhale, knees away, stretching your shoulders forward and then legs up, arms up, stretching your arms overhead. You're probably needing a hold after inhale to finish all that. Exhale, try to do it in your own breath pattern.
Stretching your legs long. Feet at the wall if it's comfortable. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead again. It could be to a bolster behind you or blocks or pillows or a big bed pillow if bringing your hands to the floor doesn't work for you. Exhale, bring your left arm down and turn your head a little bit to the left or a lot, the back of the head towards that top right arm. Just stay here, a breath, inhale. You untwist a little bit, perhaps. Exhale, try to twist a bit more, bringing your left cheek towards the floor. Inhale, center with your head, bring the arm up. Nod the chin down. Exhale, other side. Right hand coming down. At the end of the exhale, turning your head to the right, the back of the head towards the top arm. Inhale, stay. Exhale, twist a bit more. Inhale, untwist the head. Arm coming up. And keep this going. If it's comfortable, now on the left, staying here, 2 to 3 breaths and then switching sides, or you can just keep it going side to side, your own timing. If you've just done one side, make sure you're switching sides for your second side, or just keep it going side to side if that's what you're doing. Make sure the top of your head is towards your top arm. So there's alignment between the top of the head, the torso, the spine. Just finishing up when you're ready. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, arms down. Bend your knees, arms sides. Feet really wide as your mat if you have a mat. Inhale, center. Exhale, bringing your knees to one side and sweeping your top hand along your heart and twisting the head, the shoulder. You might want to have a layer of blankets underneath your head, the length of your shoulders. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. So you might need or a big bed pillow. I've used that actually with some of my private clients. It works quite well. It's usually a nice length for this if you need a bit more support. You don't want your chin facing up to the ceiling. You want it slightly down. So there's alignment between the top of the head and the torso. Stretching the back of the shoulders and also working the neck. You can keep this going. I'm going to give an alternative for some of you who want a bit more for the shoulders. So be careful, this is quite strong. So you're on your belly, your arms are at the side. You can control how much you do by just not bringing your leg as far back. You're going to bring that left leg up and back, and the left arm up
and back. This is quite strong, so be careful for that bottom shoulder. So don't go as far back. If you're feeling any tension, just ease off on the twist. Inhale, center. You'll either love it or hate it. So alternatively, do that windshield wiper twist, okay? So if this is too much, I don't teach this very often, but I do really love this for my own shoulders, so I thought I would introduce it for those of you who want to try. It's a pose I learned in the West. They call it scorpion, I believe, and not something I learned in India. Very helpful pose for getting into the deltoids, the shoulders, posterior, deltoid for sure, and also anterior and lateral, I think, a little bit, definitely anterior, front of it. And just finishing up, moving back to your back. Counter pose, knees to chest. Exhale, inhale, knees away. Exhale, rolling those shoulders back as you draw the knees in. Inhale, rolling the shoulders forward as you bring the knees forward. So using the knees to help move your shoulders. When you feel complete, perhaps staying in the pose and breathing or moving into Shavasana. We're going to end the class in Shavasana today, make up for the lost hour of sleep you had. We'll give you a decent Shavasana today. So just lying in your pose, you can cover yourself with blankets, weighted blankets if you have one. You can also play with, if you have pillow or a block, put blocks on your belly or a sandbag, and you can breathe using that weight. Inhale, let, exhale, go. Inhale, Om, exhale, Namo. Also try putting one of those blocks on the heart center if it's comfortable for you. Breathing into the chest and then the belly, or just the belly. Actually letting go of the conscious breath. So observing the rise and fall of the natural breath.
And when you're ready, starting to come back to your awareness of your body and your breath and the room around you, the floor beneath you. Giving thanks for this opportunity to practice being with ourselves. Hands at the heart. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Namaskaram. If you have the opportunity, feel free to lie here and rest a little bit longer.